I mean, I knew from the very beginning if I was going to have a niche beer like Hebrew the Chosen Beer, that I was going to have to sell a little bit of beer in a lot of places around the country. And it was fun for me. I mean, I drove for 5 straight years in the mid-2000s. I drove around the country. I didn't have an apartment. I just worked on selling beer door to door to door to door. And that was really fun for me, and I've maintained a lot of those relationships even till today. And so it's cool to be a national brand with local roots, with niche products. And that's where I feel most comfortable.
How have you built that community in Clifton Park, both with the other brewers and with the community?
Well, I'm very collaborative by nature. Because I wasn't a brewer in the beginning, I always loved working with lots of different breweries as far as collaborations and sharing information, sharing excitement. So we'll have at our anniversary parties, all the local breweries will pour their beer. I love inviting them out here. So Brown's and Adirondack and Davidson Brothers and all the guys, the new breweries as well have been fantastic and be able to feature all their beers here. And then we have festivals throughout the course of the year, and we always invite brewers, neighbors, vendors, food people, creative purveyors from all over the region. It's a pretty cool way to celebrate kind of what's going on up here in upstate.
Yeah. And how do you balance that collaboration with competition as more people get into craft beer?
Yeah, that's a funny thing. I mean, certainly for the first 15 plus years that I was in business, I mean, I look at it as collaboration is spreading the word about great craft beer and about quality. In the last few years, there are now 6,000 craft brewers in the U.S. There were only 2,000 when we opened. When we opened here in Clifton Park, when Shmaltz Brewing opened here, there were 100 breweries in New York, and now there's almost 400 breweries in New York. I mean, craft beer now it's funny because it's so well known, but like I said, it's still well less than 15% of the total market. So if we can get out there and reach people through our local community networking, through our New York City history, through my California history and my roots out there, as well as being distributed still in 35 states around the country, and if we can reach a whole new group through Comic-Con and Star Trek conventions, I think that just builds our brand, it builds our reputation, and it builds our ability to reach people who are going to be converts over to craft beer. And it's a great time for that because the beers are better and better and better than ever. We've got an incredible staff here in Clifton Park making all of the beers for us 100% of the time. It's 100% of our own production. And that gives us a level of creativity, imagination, and craftsmanship, as well as quality that is as high as it's ever been in the company, which is really exciting. I mean, I love that part of it.
And what do you look for in staff here?
Boy, staff is one of those things that I always joke around with friends about how business people say, it's all about the people. And they look back and these kind of titans of industry are like, how'd you get there? I said, well, it's just the people. And we joke around because it's always people, we know that. And we always have people that we hire in the first place that we think are going to be perfect and the best we can come up with. And it's taken a little while here because I was running this whole company out of my bedroom for 16 years. And I had sales people, and I usually had one marketing person and myself. And we had a very small staff. And then when we opened the brewery here, we're now up to about 30 employees. And so it's a lot of challenges. It's a totally different ballgame. We don't have like a sophisticated HR department. We don't have recruiters that we're working with that are doing all the interviews for us. It's all pretty hands-on. And one of the things that I really like is that we've promoted from within on a lot of key positions. And so these guys are the core of what's being able to be produced here at Shmaltz Brewing.